Not too great, actually.
Uh-oh. What's going on?
Sometimes the tips of my fingers have been turning white, and sometimes they're turning blue.
Oh, can I take a look? Oh, yeah, they are white.
Ouch.
Oh, I'm sorry. They feel... Let me see this one. They feel a little hard. Can you tell me a little bit? How are they feeling to you? How do they feel?
They feel like really hard and tight.
Hard and tight. Okay. And it's just in your hands?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else going on that I should know about?
My neck's been turning red, and I've been having like red bumps.
Okay. Take a look up for me.
Ouch.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. All right, so we got sore hands, tight hands, and we have some red bumps. All right, can you tell me a little bit about your hands? How do they feel? Is it a certain time?
They usually start getting swollen when I'm playing softball.
Swollen. Okay. All right, and your neck? Just the red bumps? Anything else?
My throat's been hard. It's like been hard to swallow food and stuff.
So feel like a typical sore throat, like it's all the time, or is it just when you're eating?
When I'm eating.
When you're eating. So when you're eating, it hurts over here, up on your cheeks, on your nose, or what?
Right around here.
In here?
Yeah.
Okay. So does it feel like you are having trouble with the swallowing the food?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right, so we're going to, I think I have an idea as to what's going on. So I'm going to draw some blood, and we're going to send that out, and we're going to do what's called a serum blood test, okay? And we're going to see, I think you have an autoimmune disease called scleroderma, okay? I know it sounds really weird and scary, and it's a big name, but we'll go over it all, and we'll go over what medications we can get you on, and we'll go from there after your test comes back, okay?
Okay. Action!
Hey Haley, how you doing today?
Good.
All right, so last week we were in here, do you remember what we were talking about? Scleroderma, that's right, good memory. So we sent you out for a serum blood test, and I just wanted to let you know that the serum blood test, your results, you did have the anti-centromere antibody in it, which kind of just helps confirm the diagnosis of scleroderma. So I just wanted to go over some symptoms of scleroderma, and I printed you out this brochure here. We use an acronym, and it's called CREST. So the CREST is the acronym for scleroderma, and that will help you remember the symptoms of scleroderma. So we have the calcinosis, which you had said the hands with the stiffness was tightening up. So that's from the calcinosis, which can lead into the Raynaud's phenomenon. You said your fingers were turning colors and were cold. Esophageal dysmotility. This is the one that's kind of concerning me right now because you were showing difficulty swallowing, so we're going to get some tests done on that and find out what's going on with that. Sclerodactyly. Here, you can take this. This is for you to take home. Sclerodactyly, the tightening of the skin around your mouth and your hands. And the calcinosis can help cause like ulcers on your hands and whatnot. And then the telangiectasia, and that was the little blood vessel spots that we were talking about on your face, which look pretty clear today. Okay. So those are the symptoms. Just a couple little things. 1 man to 4 women develop scleroderma, so it is more common in women, but however men can get it. I wanted to go over some treatments with you, some medications. There is no cure. We can't give you a pill and cure scleroderma, since it is considered an autoimmune disease, but there is some things that we can do to help maintain your symptoms. So we can do, immunosuppressants that will reduce the immune response, some calcium channel blockers, and they can relax the blood vessels, so that will definitely help with your circulation or even the blood vessels that are popping up. Calcium, I just did. calcium steroids. So we could do some steroids, and that will help to reduce the inflammation from the tissue growth and repair, because what's happening is your body is trying to fix this dying off skin, and so it's laying down collagen, and what's happening is the collagen and the calcium is just building up on top of each other. So your body's doing what it should be doing, it's just overly doing it. So we could do, some steroids, and then later down the line, if needed, there's some physical therapy if we need to put you in that to help with your muscle strength and function in your hands. And one of the really main important things that you're going to start right now is self-care. You're going to keep your skin moisturized. You're going to make sure the skin doesn't get damaged. You had, mentioned about your hands and with the coldness. So in the winter time, you're really going to have to make sure that you can keep that core body temperature maintained. And if it becomes an issue where you feel like you are just getting too cold, it can lead to, further problems. We could lose a digit, or it could become really sore and non-functioning. So if that becomes a big issue in the winters, come on in. We'll hook you up to an IV, and we'll get some, medicine and fluids running through you just to open up those blood vessels. So you and I are going to be BFFs, and you are going to be in constant contact with me. And like I said, as these symptoms start to appear, we'll take care of them as they come up. So first we're going to start you off with the esophagus, and we're going to look into that and get some things checked out with that, because we don't want that to affect your swallowing, and it could lead to aspiration. So we're just going to look into that. Any questions?
Is there any drinks or foods that I can't have while...
Just avoid the grapefruit juice because of the medicines. And of course, you want to stay well hydrated, good diet and exercise, which you play softball and seem pretty active. So, any other questions?
No.
Okay. All right, so when I was looking into information with your scleroderma, I came across another patient, and she was interviewed by a third-year med student, and her interview was really cool. So I just wanted to give you some information about, what she had said. Can you say scleroderma?
Scleroderma.
Good job.
Mom, are you my mom?
Yeah, sure.
Now she's a doctor.
So she was right out of high school. She thought maybe it was her moisturizer that was affecting her skin, or she actually had frostbite the year before, so she kept blaming a lot of the symptoms on the fact that she had frostbite before. But finally, in her face is what her family were finally like, you need to go to the doctors, because they saw her face kind of changing shape. So she went to the doctors, and she does have scleroderma, and she does still have movement of her fingers, but she says that she's slowly starting to lose the movement in her fingers. However, what I thought was really cool was when she's asked, well, what is it? What disease do you have? And she just kind of explains it as my body makes too much calcium, and I get cold and it hurts, my fingers. So I thought that was a pretty straightforward, especially, in your age group, way to explain it. That you get cold and your body's just producing too much of something. So she, like any girl, she was worried about her appearance. And one of the things that she said not much bothered her about the appearance, she was kind of rolling with it, except for her teeth. She didn't like that the skin was tightening and her teeth were starting to protrude. So she did go ahead and she got some braces, and they didn't really help very much. So she was like, you know what, instead of doing further things and trying even more, she just kind of learns to live with it. And she just says that she just lives her life to the fullest, and she suggests that everybody does does the same thing, just live your life. And she says, stay off the internet. She says that, everybody's symptoms are different, they affect everybody differently. So stay off the internet, take your symptoms as they come, handle them as they come, and don't put things off. She said, it is a rare disease, but she's learned to live with it, and she was happy, and she's still going strong. Any questions? No? Okay. So I guess that concludes everything. We're going to send you off for your more blood work and to check your kidneys. And remember, no grapefruit juice. And if you discover any side effects from the medicine, please let me know. Okay?
Mom.